First and foremost, they will study it kasi everything is based on European Court on Human Rights and Human Rights Convention. At the same time, not only in Europe but also in the United Nations. So, meron tayong mga procedures na sinusunod. Like, for example, they're going to study his case for like 6 months. Pero given that it's a very controversial case, medyo mahirap magsabi ng timeline when it comes to that. Kasi kahit naman sa atin sa Pilipinas, mahaba yung trial.
Okay.
So when he goes into this status, aantayin niya yung court decision. And the Philippines cannot just impose, even diplomatically, at sabihin niya sa France, padala niyo sa amin ito. It doesn't work that way. It has already been explained in the Czech Republic that it would be considered as kidnapping. And so as much as well is in France. So ang mangyayari is that pag-aaralan nila yon, since his case is corruption and it's really wide-scale corruption, malamang mababa yung chances niya to get that one. But there are also proof of persecution that would be following that. And one of the best examples already is the sitting vice president of the Philippines. So they look at all this. Tsaka one important point is that Interpol didn't issue a red notice for him because they're being careful of what happened to Duterte when the Philippine government used Interpol as an scapegoat, saying that he had a red notice, but it was just a diffusion notice. So these are two different notices. And I think that will explain why since November, wala pa tayong red notice kay Zaldico kasi they're trying to be careful on that case. And just in case he doesn't get an asylum in France, meron pa rin siyang laban, and that's the non-refoulement rule na they cannot just extradite him, especially if he's risking his life and everything else. So that's how protected people are here in Europe. And that's the reason why maraming nagpupunta ng Europe, especially France. It's considered as the land of asylum just because of that. But they have a very strict and working justice system that would be studying all this. One of the best examples, but it's not France, is Joma Sison, for example. Diba, Sison is a fugitive in the Philippines as being the leader of the Reds for like 50 years, and it has brought about so many healings in our country. Pero he wasn't extradited to the Philippines kasi multi-layered ang lahat ng mga cases dito. If one case didn't succeed, there's another case that's going to be blocking it. So I think probably it would be the same thing with Zaldico in this case.
Ma'am Vladilite, na-mention mo po na mahaba-haba talaga yung process and then yung pag-aantay din at the same time. Pero in general po, ano po yung pwede po nating ma-share ngayon na siguro mga key na mga process to file na political asylum sa France, and ano po ba kapag for example na approve ng France nga po yung political asylum application, ano po yung kumbaga para magiging basis po nila, ma'am?
Well, the way I see it, probably political asylum will not be easily given to him given the largest nung corruption niya. But the one thing that would be protecting him will be that non-refoulement. That's the third article of the ECHR. So non-refoulement means hindi nila pwedeng i-extradite kasi he's risking his life.